is you just copy your preset save over your run save, so you don't have to farm new consumables every time. And you get the chapter select. And for the sake of reference, time starts when you hit yes to this prompt. So right after you skip this cutscene, you want to run in and bait an attack from the guy on the left, parry, and then cut him just above his waist and knees. So first I'm just going to show you why that's important. So if I just cut them all like once, like this, I just don't care, then when I run in here I'm going to get an invisible wall, and if you do cut badly, you actually don't want to run into the wall, you want to wait a bit away from it, otherwise you'll get that line, which delays the wall actually disappearing. So doing it properly, you just want to cut here, cut here, cut here, cut here, and depending on your movement, someone might jump away, then you just cancel and parry him again. So you just jump along here, ignore these enemies, they don't matter. Cut this once and jump because sliding is kind of inconsistent. And then for Ray, the general idea is to parry as many attacks as possible while sneaking in hits to get him low. So start is always the same except for a jump he can do. So just jump at him, cut once, block, blade mode cut once, jump up and hit 5 times. Now he will usually jump away, but if he headbutts, just keep blocking until he dies or jumps away. If he does headbutt, just block, don't cut the turret, jump up and hit 4 times. If he jumps away, you want to stay back to bait a set of attacks. This shadow is a decent indicator. He'll either shoot more rockets, charge at you, or tail attack. If he rockets, just run around for a bit. For tail attack, you wanna run left, but not too much left, as it basically guarantees he'll do a long jump later. So just block the tail, cut once, and I prefer to do 1 heavy and 3 light attacks here. If he charges, run at him and block. Don't cut the turret. Jump up and hit 4 times. Either way, you now want to jump at him and swing once to try and bait a headbutt or chase after him if he jumps. If you swing at him, he'll sometimes dodge, but keep at it and he'll either headbutt or do a far jump. Again, just don't cut the turret, jump up and cut 4 times. Something that can happen is that he simply jumps too far away and does a laser or arm attack, in which case you'd mostly just reset. You could sorta recover by hitting his feet during them, but the attacks themselves have such long animations that it's usually not worth it. Anyway, once he's down to 0.1%, he'll be stunned, and then consider where to jump for the QTE. Basically, he'll always jump to the side he starts on, unless you're there already, so don't run there too early if you're close. Chase after him, and yay. You can hit the QTE buttons before they actually appear in most cases, so you should probably do that. These first 2 mashing sections are mandatory, the next one isn't. So, the mechanic that's coming up that some people don't seem to know about is that you can make score screens appear faster by pressing A, and you can make score screens disappear faster by pressing B. So usually during score screens you just want to mash A and B together like this, and they'll disappear a lot more quickly. This part is just movement, just try to squeeze in as many jumps as possible. I do a manual jump here to skip a ninja run animation, and then you slide into this trigger. During this cutscene you want to hold ninja run and forward and just try to mash out jumps, and you'll jump like immediately there. And here you want to either jump onto or over that barrier thing there, and then just jump along here. So right after these barrier things that you have to cut, you can squeeze in 2 jumps, but if you do, you have to re-toggle ninja run in the air. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm also gonna try to go a bit left so I can go towards the house that I want to go to. And then at the end you want to do a manual jump because it gives you better ninja run animations. And then just run up the stairs a bit and jump up here. So Ray 2, you start off the first phase by getting him between 80 and 80.5% HP to set up for a phase skip later. The way I do this is to jump out of here and heavy, 5 lights, 2 heavies, and 3 lights. Then while he's bringing his head over, I do another heavy. Like, if you miss a few attacks, it doesn't really matter, because then you can do them here again, and then just do 2 light air attacks at the end. So block his head, cut it once, and then after you cut this, he's gonna move his head over to your left, and like, you want to cut his head after it started moving, and it'll essentially skip him like shooting a few rockets at you. So that should look like this. So the problem with this phase is that it is essentially RNG when he starts to move his head. So if he starts moving it too quickly, or you didn't time it well enough, you can do what I did there, which is basically just 2 heavy air attacks, and that should also work. You want to slide into him, block again, then mash slides right here. So coming up here is a trick called a tri-hex. So basically the way that you want to do this is that I can try to pause it properly. So once you see that he's fired his 3rd missile salvo, like you see one here, and he's shooting one right now, you wanna hold ninja run and just mash your stick back and forth as quickly as you can, and you will like start running during the cutscene, and that should look sort of like this. And you'll do like a super huge jump right there, and hopefully skip all the RNG. You don't need to cut here, so whatever. So there's not really all that much to say about this part right here. You just need to try to not get hit. They're always in the same place, so the easiest way is to just hug this outcropping and then hold forward. I messed it up here, but you should hopefully get the idea. So mash through this. And Ray is done. Try to skip that. Right there. So the train is just movement. The biggest deal here is just that you should try to avoid as many ninja runs over the boxes and whatnot. So here you sort of have to ninja run and then slide down there to hit the cutscene trigger. So first phase Sam ends when you're at 50% health or less and either block or attack him. So if you run to his side, he'll usually either charge or 4-hit combo. If he 4-hit combos, just tank the hits, shake yourself out of the BMI, and then attack him. If he charges at you, you want to block it, and then block the final hit of a 4-hit combo, and it'll take you into the cutscene like this.
And not half bad. Still. Your technique lacks something.
Now he needs to hit you below 0.1%, so run into him, and if he charges, you can block that again and then just tank a 4-hit combo. But if he 4-hit combos you from the start, you can block the final hit and do a double slide, and he'll usually attack more quickly. So after the cutscene skip, you just hold up. After 2 steps, you'd let go and wait. And once he flashes red to attack you, you double tap light attack and let him finish you off. So double tap light attack, and he'll walk towards me and hit me. Hooray, you beat R00. So I should mention that while you're mashing through this chapter end, there's no customize option, so you can just press your way through it.